I got a really great video for you today regarding the mark of the beast. Okay, and this is going to be some information you never heard before. It's regarding marks of beasts, but there's more than one mark, and there's more than one beast. And I'm going to show you the two marks. You're going to either have one or the other. They're not the same. Let's get into it. Like I said, this is stuff that you might not have heard before, and I want to show you today. So here we go. We're going to go in Deuteronomy 6, and we're going to start here in verse 4. It says here, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord." Okay, and He commands you to love this God with all your heart, right here. See? And then He says here that, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. So now you go. So there you go. This is a sign in your hand or your forehead between your eyes. Okay, so now this God here, this God Yahweh, when you see the Lord here, this means Yahweh. It says here, for the Lord thy God is a jealous God among you. Okay, this is a jealous God, so-called God. Okay, and then you don't want his anger of this Lord to be kindled against you, because he will destroy you from the face of the earth. So this God is telling you, if you have this seal, but you don't receive this seal, you have to take this God's seal, and he commands you to take it, or he will kill you. Okay, that's the difference between the seal. Now, this is the Old Testament. Now, let's see if Jesus' Father warned you in the New Testament about this very same seal, okay, with this very same God. Okay, let's go right into it. Now, if you go to Revelation 13, you're going to hear about, first of all, I'm going to start here in Revelation 7. Okay, this is the first time you hear about a seal, okay, in Revelation. And it says here, it tells you, do not hurt the earth or the sea nor the trees until we have sealed our servants of our God in their foreheads. So now this is their God. This is their God. Now, who is their God? This is the one of the children of Israel that Yahweh told them he better take his seal. Okay, and they're going to hurt the earth, but just not right now until they seal their servants. Okay, so now they're going to seal the servants of their gods in their foreheads. See, in their foreheads, just like it said in Deuteronomy. So now they're going to seal particular people from these tribes of Israel, the children of Israel. Okay, it's the first time you hear about a seal. You see that? But they're going to have a seal. This seal in their foreheads is the same seal from the jealous God of Yahweh. Okay, so now that's the first time you hear a seal. But they're going to hurt the earth after they seal these. So it's very troubling that they hurt the earth. So let's go to the second time we hear about the same seal. Now it says here, and we're in Revelation 13, okay? Now, it says, and beheld another beast, like they're giving you a vision, a beast coming up out of the earth. I know they got the word beast, but I'm gonna show you that even in the book of Enoch, it talks about the behemoth and the leviathan as beasts. Now, these are great ones, Elohims. Okay. Now, this one does great wonders, that he makes fire come down from heaven onto earth in the sight of men, and deceive them by the means of the miracles that he had power to do. Okay, so we're talking about somebody who has power. It's not just a beast, it's somebody, and he spoke like a dragon. Look at this. See, he spoke like a dragon. So he's giving you attributes of a beast, of this, whoever this is. And he says that, he says here that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So now you have to worship the image of this beast or you will be killed. Okay, so it's not nothing that's going to be given to you. You have to do this. So he caused, in other words, pressure, caused by force, caused the rich and poor, everybody to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And it's the same mark that, and you can't buy or sell. It's the same mark as what I showed you in Deuteronomy. This one here, it's the same mark that the ones that have it in between their eyes, see, and they shall have their frontlets of their eyes and their hand. Same mark. It's the same mark. Okay, now this mark is commanded you to do. Okay, he's got the cause. If you don't do this, if you don't worship this beast, you will be killed. Period. There's no love here. There's nothing here. So this beast, if you don't worship this beast, you will be killed. Okay, now it says these great wonders. Now it tells you about the attributes. Let's find out who that was, because I'm going to prove to you that does Yahweh do great wonders? Right here, you are the God who works wonders. Okay, great, awesome wonders. Okay, everywhere you go, the wonders. This is the God Yahweh. Now, if you look at, and he's gonna do miracles, just like it says. See, okay. So this in the signs right here, everything about this God does wonders. I could prove to you that Yahweh's the one. Yahweh's the one who does the wonders. Okay, now, does he bring fire down? Yes. Yes. The Lord, which is Yahweh, in the Old Testament, okay, brings fire down. So when this book talks about the one who makes fire, who does wonders, and fire come down in the sight of men, and miracles, everything I just showed you there, so he had the power to do. Now you're going to make an image of this beast, and you're going to have to worship this. So this beast, this whole philosophy is going to be worshipped, and you better worship what Yahweh said back in early days. Okay, now this beast here, so these rise up and they come out of the sea. See, look at that. Just want to show you that, and you better have this or you'll be killed. Now, what about the next? Now, there's another verse in Revelation. It tells you about a beast. It tells you about an image, I should say. Now, let's read about in Revelation 14. Okay, this is another mark, an image that is talked about in the book of Revelation. Let's see how it's worded, and it's very interesting. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If any man worship the beast in the image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, they're gonna drink the wrath of God." So now it's telling you, now if you receive the mark, but he's telling you about the mark, that this mark. So this one right here, if you don't get the mark, you'll be killed. But now this one's saying, if you receive the mark, you will be killed. You're gonna get the wrath of God. Okay, so now why would it say that? So now, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, see, in his forehead or in his hand, Why would it say that? So why it's saying that is it's because if you don't, I'm going to go back to this now. You got to follow me very closely. This one, he forces you to take this mark or you will be killed. It's by force. If you don't take the mark, you'll be killed by force. Listen to what I'm telling you here. Okay. Now this one says if you listen closely, if you receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Okay. If any man worship this beast and his image and receive, so you're going to receive. You don't have to get this mark like the other one by force. If you don't get it, they're going to kill you. This one, you're going to receive a mark. Well, why are they worried about a man that receives a mark in his forehead or in his hand? Why are they mad? Now they're going to drink the cup of the wrath of God, that other God I was telling you about. So if you receive, this is something that it's going to be given to you. It's a different mark, and it's going to be in your forehead. You receive it by nothing that you did. See, do you follow me? I got to make this distinction very closely. This one here, this mark, if you don't take it, you'll be killed. You'll be killed. Okay. He's going to cause you to do this. He's going to cause you to take this mark. So you better take this mark. But this one is a freely given mark that's given to you. When you receive it, there was no pressure. Somebody else gave you a mark, and it's Jesus and his Father, is what I'm trying to tell you. Not the mark, this mark. Not this mark. This is Yahweh's mark. And he's going to force you, just like in Deuteronomy 6, he forces you to take this mark or you'll be killed. But this mark comes in, and it's going to be received. You're going to receive this mark. So that is the difference. Okay. Now you're going to be tormented. If you get this mark, they're going to find out who you are and they're going to torment you. Okay. And you're going to have no rest day and night. It tells you here. But then it says here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. So now this is the faith of Jesus. So you have something different. You have the Old Testament God, because he said, I am God alone. Okay, now if you have this mark, that you receive this mark, you're receiving a mark from another beast in another. It is a whole different image, and you're going to be given this mark. Okay, now to prove that, see that this mark is one that is going to be given to you. Okay, see here. Listen here. This is in 2 Corinthians 1. For the Son of God, Jesus, right here, Christ, who was preached among you by us, even by me and Silvanus and Timotheus, was not yea or nay, but in him was yea. For the promises of God are in yea, okay, unto the glory of God by us. Now, which he has established us with you in Christ and anointed us, right here, anointed us, okay, who had sealed us and given the earnest of the Spirit in our hearts. Okay, so now, okay, so here we go. You have a seal. That comes from another origin. Okay, another origin. Okay, and here is another verse that will tell you that you will have this seal, okay, and you will be sealed by this God, and it would be his good pleasure and his good will. See, right here. So he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. Okay, so you're going to be sealed by another father, and you're going to get an inheritance. See, and it tells you all about how this inheritance comes to you. And if you have the seal of this one, this father, and no one is going to take you away if you have this seal, even though they're going to torment you. They're going to torment you with this seal. This seal, they will torment you. Okay, they're going to torment you. Okay, but this seal, see, it can't be the same seal, because one of them says you if you take the seal, you'll be killed. The other one says if you don't take the seal, you'll be killed. So therefore, there's two different seals. You can't go and jump this one here and say if you don't take the seal, you'll be killed. But then this one says if you take the seal, you'll be killed. So that means if you take it or not take it, if it's the same seal, you'll be killed either way. So it can't be. It can't be. So this one, you if you receive one of the seals, you just receive his seal. Okay, you receive it. The other one, like I told you, if you go back in Deuteronomy, you have to and this God is a jealous God. This God is a jealous God. Okay, and he and you if you don't do exactly what this God says, he will kill you. He will destroy you from the face of the earth. See, this is not anything Jesus has nothing to do with Jesus. If you don't take this seal, they will kill you. Okay, and it's the same seal, and it's going to be upon thy hand right here, and in the frontlets between thy eyes. But this seal, you have to choose the seal, take the seal, and you have to do what this God says. And that's the same one in verse 13. They're just telling you that if you will be killed, if they're going to cause you, you're going to cause. See the cause. See pressure. Okay. Now you say, well, they're calling these beasts. What is the Elohim? Is the question. And why are they calling these out as beasts? Well, you have to start off in the book of Enoch. And when you start in the book of Enoch, there is going to be two, and you have to start off that there's two beasts. There's a behemoth. If you read these books, and it's right here. And on 2 days there was two monsters parted, a female monster named Leviathan that dwell in the abysses and of the ocean over the fountains of waters, but the male is named Behemoth. Okay, they're telling you about two beasts and two ways of worship, because there is two gods. You got the God Yahweh, and you have Jesus' father. That's not Yahweh, and Jesus was telling you about his father. So you got these two great beasts, and they equate the Elohims as beasts in these books, because if you really look at are Elohim considered beasts? Now, just want to show you that yes, they're often linked to the term beast or monsters, just like in the book of Enoch, right here, monsters. See, beasts and monsters, just like in the book of Enoch. Okay, and you have to really look at why when you start to understand why they use the word beasts here, because these were, now if you look at, that's why even the serpent, they got the serpent, and you have you look at here, agnostic and unorthodox traditions, Elohim, specifically the creator of the deity of the Old Testament, is often reinterpreted as a lower, ignorant, or malevolent being, the demiurge, rather than the supreme God. See this? These views characterize this creator, often named Yaldabaoth, as a beastly or monstrous figure. Okay, so now you have this information, and it is really, really unbelievable when you look at this. The demiurge, look at this, is a being who created the world. Gnosticism. Okay, now the Gnostics identified him with the God of the Old Testament. Okay, here we go. All right. The Gnostics scripture portray him as ignorant, malicious. Okay, he is malicious. I showed you that in Genesis 6, and utterly inferior to the true God. Listen to this. Oh, let me go back. Who sent Christ to the earth to save humankind from the demiurge's evil world. Look at that. So we have two gods, and one has Christ with him. Do you see this? Do you see this? So, and these, if you look at the terms Elohim and Behemoth, you have to understand that. So when you go into these books and you look at a beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke like a dragon, that's not Jesus. When you got horns like a lamb, that's his followers, okay? Lamb is people that follow. And he spoke like a dragon. Right here, he spoke like a dragon. Okay, but you have to, and he gave you miracles, like I told you. Okay, and just like Yahweh did, he gave you miracles. And you got to worship this beast in an image. And that ties you all the way back to Deuteronomy and this one right here. This is the one right here. And this is the same one that the jealous God, that ties in here. So this is the two beasts, which are the two Elohims. One requires you to take a mark, or he will kill you. And he's a jealous Elohim. And you take this mark, and he chooses his people in the end, his 144,000, that they're going to hurt the earth. They will hurt the earth. They will hurt the earth, because the ones that he chooses hurt the earth. And then you have the other one. That you will receive his mark. You will receive his mark of his Father and his name. You just receive this mark. And the mark is in he seals you in your forehead, same way. And you are not going to be taken out of the hand of Jesus. You're in Jesus' hand. Okay. This mark that's given to you. But you can't achieve this mark. It has to be given to you. And they will seek to kill you if you have this mark. They will find you out, and they will seek to kill you if you have this mark. These are the two marks in the two different beasts, or the two different Elohims of the Bible. Depending on which way you go, will you take the mark of one God, which the God of Israel, and the 144,000 of the new rulers of the next kingdom, that they will choose and have built a new city, a new temple, and they will. And you're not allowed with these people if you're a so-called Gentile, or if you have another Elohim. If you love Jesus or anything, they'll seek to kill you. They will kill you, because there's no room for Jesus and his Father and the God of Yahweh and his people, Israel, and their new kingdom. You have to understand, you're not going to be waltzing around with Jesus and another God in their kingdom. It's just not going to happen. They will seek to kill you. You have to understand. Two differences. And this is what I wanted to show you in this book. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, and I'm making more videos. Okay, thanks.